Hello! What is going on? My name is Nakara. I'm back with another MetaPlays tournament. The Wisdom of Thoth, to be exact. Round of 16 here. With $1,000 on the line in the blue color, we have got Tigerboss. One of the top 16 here indeed, playing as Oranos. And on the other side, playing as Seth, his opponent Insanity. Coming over to Vubli from the extended edition, trying to do what he can. Now, Tropical Mirage is a very high on map. Seth can absolutely shine here. Taking over Hyenas first, interesting. You would think that he would go for the bigger things as there's not that many goats to take over. So let's say getting an elephant and walking it all the way back to your safety of your main base is, typically speaking, a pretty good move. But converting hyenas is faster, and if you get encounters like an oracle turned into a hero by the Oranos player, and that's slapping the priest away, it kind of stops you in the process of getting those animals done. So probably not worth it. Sadly, we do not have a spectator for this game, so I'm not going to be able to use the spectator UI, but I will give a quick shout out to our website subscribers who are allowing us to host this kind of tournaments. Thanks to their support, it's possible to do it. So huge shout out to you all. You're the best, allowing this to be a thing. As I said, $1,000 on the line, not a small amount of money for private people. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes as well. Subscribers help us cover things like the ongoing cost of our website, as well as the daily video editing that goes into running the YouTube channel. Indeed, there are daily videos on the YouTube. So, if you want to join this group, then check out the Twitch about section or YouTube description section. Very easy to find by our website too, by the way. And make sure to collect your perks. Okay. Getting into the actual cast though, we got Boots of Kick Everything. Nice little relic, especially for an Oranos player who's already got the hero zooming about. And there's the elephant convert that I was talking about. It is happening. We also got the Dwarven Calipers for some siege cost reduction. Very nice for siege towers, especially. Which is usually a unit that plays a large role in this matchup. Rather difficult to kill, forces Contarius out. That's what Tigerboss. You're just going for a pretty standard Prometheus advance for 30. What about Insanity? He's got a slightly later Pata. It's like a 440. Wonder if that's gonna be just a quick second TC. Not very quick by any means, but it could very well be. Elephant going all the way back home. The villagers will never have to leave the base again after they're done with the zebra. Especially if the second elephant comes through, what it should do. It should. I think Tigerboss is actually not particularly interested in doing the Oracle harassment. He's got all three of them in the town center. Doesn't want them shifting Sanded into a trap, of course. So he's gonna keep them around. Just to be safe against any aggression, apparently. Insanity going with vision. What is this? Is he gonna shift all of those? Arrow priests. Oh my god. He found the villagers and they're in great danger. The animals don't get shockwaved. What is this? They're gonna path block. Oh my god, Insanity might just pick off 2 citizens to start this game off. The Pharaoh with the machine gun staff. Absolutely wrecking it too. 2 citizens are dead, dude. This was one of the best shifting sands we've ever seen in a MetaPlays tournament. Congratulations to Insanity. That was fantastic. Holy crap, dude. Very, very impactful. That's a significant portion of Tigerboss's economy to start off with. But he wishes he had those oracles with the hunting group and just ready for a quick valor. That would have been the counter, in my opinion, to at least somewhat keep them safe. Not like this. Bear in mind, the villagers can very easily snipe the animals too, so there's that. But Tigerboss, as you guys all know, he likes flooding units, and Oranos don't really care so long as you put the remaining villagers onto food as well. He's still got 6 citizens. It's not looking too bad. What Insanity will do now is grab a TC, and that kind of leaves him open to what if the second gold mine gets a little bit bullied in this one. It's entirely possible. Lucky Bam says, I can fall asleep like a baby to the sound of citizens dying. Is it that calming? Yeah, that's a good handicap right there to begin with, guys. Alright, 11 villagers immediately going for the giraffe. Perfect drop-off, by the way. Never needed to make a granary, which is huge. Very nice. But more of that coming in. Way more of that coming in fact. Holy moly. Tigerboss trying to match a TC situation. Well, he'll definitely need that. He's certainly gonna be falling behind in economy if this continues like this. A manor will be necessary, but he's built it. Gonna kill the animals so that the villagers don't get an easy drop off. Well, joke's on him. These giraffes are pretty close to each other, so a very efficient granary could be made there. Now, Insanity gonna go for mass wood gathering. 13 villagers on wood right now. Slingers will be made. But guess what? Murmillos, they're pretty good against slingers. Turns out. Get medium Murmillos, get a bunch of Prometheans in there. Suddenly those slingers are not that impressive. I'll have to rely a lot on priests. And the villager kitchen knives are also around for the moment, so can't dive too deep. Flood will have to continue, and I think making use of these oracles isn't that bad of an idea, to be honest. Use the valor with the villager and the oracles, and you get a little bit more out of these. Oh. Maybe you'll have to manually do it, but Tigerboss is extremely low in resources, so he won't easily be able to get another town center. And I think that other one might be a little too early, but hey, if he doesn't get attacked anymore, if there's no more raiding happening, then this is all acceptable. The elephant providing plenty of meat to Insanity for the moment, but he's also still gathering from the giraffes. And the Oranos army kinda can't do anything about it. There's 5 slingers out, and about to be more, and they're about to be medium too. So everything keeps adding up. At least the oracles are still alive. Well, I guess they like to watch, because they can't attack. Okay, here come the slingers, but they'll miss every single shot, so turn out too fast. Too bad. Hey, the Vegget's still around. That can contribute a lot here. Elephants are still around as well for Tigerboss. And, I mean, the priests were never out there to bring more hunt home. Which, there's enough gazelles to go around for the moment. Everything that was involved with the shifting sands will be eaten up. So, double value right there. Priests are also healing up everything. But Tigerboss's army is starting to get a little bit out of control. Like, this is starting to get to a point where there's a lot of them. Insanity has 89 population, Tigerboss has 91. So somehow he's gotten ahead. And the secret to that is the Atlantean gather rates being so high, not needing drop-offs. And Terma being dirt cheap. Not that much more expensive really than Slingers. They got a lot more health, they got the mobility. Slingers only have range on them, that's it. Still gotta be really careful here. And a real threat would be a shockwave, which is available right now. Oh, using it in this choke point. Oh my god. Exactly. Tigerboss sensed the opportunity. And killing, actually slaughtering these medium slingers right now. They never had a chance. Terma doing absolutely their best. The Promethean joining in as well. Terma heroes probably want to dodge some of these shots, but I guess they can take it because Tigerboss is suddenly in a significant advantage. The score also shows that same story. The Promethean numbers are growing, and if you can get up to like 5 Prometheans with a bunch of medium Murmillo, you can suddenly start sieging a town center, and I'm not even kidding. Tigerboss is starting to be in that kind of position very soon. Double pumping villagers. Everything's looking very good for him right now. There's more Prometheans coming, going up to all the way to 5. Oh, but Insanity reaches Nephthys, that's big. Second monument was never built, however, so the Myth unit production will be very limited, if there will be any at all. What I'd like to see at least is a Migdol, so that he can add a little bit of cavalry in there. Oh god, he's completely getting surrounded. The Terma dodging every single shot. The Prometheans are getting on top of the Slingers, getting slapped. Minions are getting summoned in, hence this power will last a minute here. But does our Atlantean gamer even care? I think the Prometheans can take this on the chin. The Oracles will probably not be transformed considering how low they are, but maybe they can be a bit of a meat shield. Meanwhile, the handful of heroes, the one remaining Murmillo, is going to probably take care of this. Hell, the Prometheans are taking care of this, dude. This is bonkers. The entire Ancestors' God power is gone, most of the Terma are still alive, and we've got a significant Promethean group left. The Pharaoh is dead, the TC is suddenly siegeable. Absolutely brutal, and Tigerboss is far from done. In fact, I think what's next for him is that he'll start making Arcus, and also getting heavy archers and medium infantry soon, once he has the resources. Wouldn't be shocked at all. And that just makes this TC an easy target. There's absolutely nothing that Insanity can do about it right now. There's no Migdol, there's only one Scorpion Man. This is very manageable for Tigerboss. Wow. All the villagers are getting slapped here. Medium infantry is through. Like I said, that gives a lot more stats here. The Terma are gonna snipe villagers as best they can. Maybe the TC isn't gonna go down just yet. This is kind of an ambitious engagement, but there's plenty of Prometheans around. I think they can get it done. The villagers aren't fighting, they're not garrisoning either, and there's only the one priest to shoot at the Prometheans. This is gonna be a lengthy fight for sure. 130 population, the second gold mine location gets found, but there's 2 of those. Plenty of raiders getting sent though that will idle Insanity for at least a little while. And I guess the Prometheans are getting taken care of by that priest, so very good news for Insanity that wasn't sniped by Tigerboss whatsoever. Gives him a little bit of staying power in this now. TC remains standing without any issues. Villagers can kitchen knife this away for the moment, but the more units come in, the harder it will be on these villagers. They pretty much have permanent damage. This Pharaoh's not going to spend 2 years repairing or healing them. Murmillo should be able to run this down absolutely no problem. Speed walking helps a little, but the Murmillo are crazy fast, almost 5 speed. The remaining villagers will be absolutely slaughtered. Oh, I can't speak anymore. So frustrating. After 10 hours of this, we've gotten to this point. Sanity gives up in game 1. Tigerboss takes it despite the crazy initial losses. Bounces back like nothing even happened. and immediately floods the hell out of insanity. Now that is insanity. So with game 2 on Anatolia, we're gonna see a little bit of Kronos from Tigerboss. Very interesting on Anatolia especially. I would expect that on the other water maps. Anatolia, not so much. Did you guys know you can't even time shift from one side to the other with the docks? That's a fun fact. Insanity on the other side, gonna be playing as Isis, a much more standard pick. For Anatolia especially. It's Isis, this is her home map. There's no doubt about that. You got control of the middle, you basically win. Once you have all those gold mines, the TCs kind of come with that, as they're also in the middle. Ancestors Eclipse on the economy, usually devastating, especially if you get to idle Atlantean citizens with that. So using it in the middle of a fight is pretty convincing. Water is kind of sustainable because your docks are bonkers. Very cheap, the fishing ships can make them. Well, they'll help make them. It won't be all them. And they guard the entirety of the little strip of water that there is. This is 18 range covers the whole thing, is what I'm trying to say. The villager already going up north, so ISIS splitting up their attention a little bit. Question from Tease. Why does Manor time shift cost like free wood and tower time shift costs an entire tower? Funny thing is that actually the palace time shift doesn't cost the entire palace. It costs like what the tower does. There's 2 costs. Everything costs 5 wood, except the tower. The tower cost one is for towers and palaces. Why is it like that? Don't ask me. Is it reasonable? Probably not. I think that should be higher cost, like 25 wood or something. Time shifting in Manor is a big lifesaver. 5 citizens can hide in this thing. That is essentially what 15 villagers would be worth for other civilizations. Get a fortress as another civilization, and you can put 10 villagers in there. That's sounds like a smaller number to me than 15, sorry. Yeah, it's... Don't ask me why. It's like that. Bit of a deconstruct on the dock. This is a second dock. And oh, what? Tigerboss going with the early Oracle heroes. Trying to deny that second dock. Interesting. I love the aggression. This is gonna make the match a lot more exciting to watch than just, I'm gonna advance at the correct time and not do anything else. Definitely prefer these kind of games where the players do something a little wild. Bring in the priest, go for a 2v2. I'm here for that kind of business. Don't want me falling asleep at the wheel, right? We've got the Anvil of Hephaestus, 4 relics, which is a little bit of armory upgrade cost decrease. Then we've got the Tower of Cestus for tower damage increases. Tempo coming up for both players, I would presume. Already done for Tigerboss. Hell, he's already going up to Classical. Insanity gonna be a little bit later, so gonna get flooded on water somewhat. There's nothing at the bottom for Tigerboss. He's really committed to keeping the top side. There's gonna be no water fighting at all. And hopefully he knows that piece of information, because if he doesn't, he's gonna start making biremes up here, and will do absolutely nothing. That would be horrible. Let's not do that, Tigerboss. Figure out that you gotta go to the bottom. He is doing it. Very good. He's time shifting the temple up here. It will accomplish nothing because there's no docks. Strange situation this game is in right now. And the Promethean still spawns in the original temple. Gets deleted into Offspring. I don't like it. I think the full Promethean would have done more work on these but maybe he can catch this villager. It's doubtful, although these guys have 6.05 speed. Maybe they can get there in time. That said, what do you do about the fishing ships? They'll complete it, if not the villager. Oracle heroes are on the way. There's 4 of them. They don't have focus yet, but they do now. This thing is another additional little bit of movement speed, damage, hit points. It's one of the biggest upgrades in the game, actually, affecting so many things. Even their whole scouting mechanic gets boosted by it. Alright, now by Reams. And yeah, Tigerboss knows what he's doing. He's not gonna make any combat ships up here. Instead, he's just taking the entirety of the north and west. Probably won't be able to take down the docks very easily here, but he's got the 4 oracles. It's a pretty good start. Insanity has just reached classical, and he's done it through bust. So now the Pharaoh, Priest, and Sphinx will need to try to defend this somehow, and we're gonna need to see a bunch of cabinets to try to protect the docks, which is certainly very doable. Tigerboss gonna start Prometheans immediately. I think this one dock should fall, and there's more than enough by Reams around to keep the cabinets at bay as well. Like, they should just shoot down the cabinet. I don't think the cabinet, even if there were 3 of them, could protect this dock. But the Pharaoh and Priest and Sphinx sure can. Now there's more cabinets out. And it's looking like a much closer fight. Oh, is Tigerboss gonna suicide into this? Doesn't look like it. He's looking to get the kill on the Sphinx. Doesn't quite manage and pulls away the Prometheans. But now that the Pharaoh also goes home, he probably wants to do so for empowerment. But what he's actually looking for is hitting the Sphinx. Very little health left on the dock. I think if the remaining units committed, they could have gotten it down. Even just the ships getting a few pokes in would be enough. But Tigerboss went all the way to his home base for whatever reason. I guess he wants to stay at home so that he can defend against Ancestor's Eclipse when it happens. And those guys will definitely help out a lot. Now, for Insanity, we got 9 cabinets. That's starting to be pretty good against just Tigerboss's 4 by Reams. Bear in mind, Tigerboss doesn't have any stakes in this game. He's got 4 down here. No fishing ships. So Insanity is now overproducing cabinets. Whereas Tigerboss is like, yeah, I'm gonna chill, enjoy my massive economy up there in the north. And probably just go heroic soon. He's got an armory already. He's got a sea full of fishing ships, man. 18 fishing ships. That's pretty good. Temple once again gets saved. It's not needed for there anymore. And he's putting away the Pharaoh. That Pharaoh could be empowering stuff. Could be empowering a prosperity. That would be absolutely busted. But meanwhile, Tigerboss is just taking the front TC away while going heroic in a second. Which I assume is Raya. Yep. We need the behemoths from the proxy temple. That's what we need. And I assume that will be paired with a bunch of Arcus as well. To pick off the Pharaoh, priests and whatnot, villagers. Citizen is... went to the wrong place here. That's for sure. Deconstructing that top dock. Making sure that there's nothing nasty coming out of it. Just 1 cabinet, very manageable of course. TC's almost up. Raya's halfway through. Villagers have pickaxe and hand axe. Same here for Insanity. Second TC for Insanity too, but nothing in the middle, so Tigerboss just looking to take middle control and he's doing a pretty good job of it so far. Seemingly not much that Insanity can do about it, so now 2 TC for both players. Raya is in. He's also gonna have Trader of course available. And no doubt immediately queuing up the next behemoth. almost got enough favor for yet another. With 2 TCs generating favor as well, it's very possible to get there. Just needs a little bit more food. It's got enough already. 270 each, as there's a 10% discount from Kronos. And there's the next one. Anytime now. Now we don't have the food. Damn, dude. Once these fishing ships drop off, man, Salt Amphora is through. That's a massive increase to the gather rate. They're definitely more efficient than citizens, so good idea to have all the spots occupied in the north. Would like some additional docks, to be fair. If that could happen, that would be cool. It's gonna be Quintarius and Arcus. What about Insanity, though? Where is the Heroic Cage? How far off are we? He's trying to drop off his resources, force drop them. In fact, the fishing ships will need to do some of that work for him, so that he can quickly advance to the Heroic Cage. There's not much time left. Tigerboss is going to absolutely massacre this back TC. What's Insanity gonna do about it? He's gonna lose the TC before his Nefties. Sure, he's gonna have an Ancestor's Eclipse, but there will be several heroes here, including Arcus, which just absolutely wrecked those boys. Using Tratron Sphinx would be nice, but maybe he's waiting for the Heroic and see if he can catch the Scorpion Man. Now the Behemoths are barely hurt, and the Arcus can make short work of these mercenaries. They don't have much health after all. The Tigerboss already looking to occupy all the gold mines on the map. He's got the palace here and everything. All the place that Insanity has left is basically just making priests. And he's not gonna do that because he's got all these resources. Is he just gonna go fast mythic? He's got the resources for it. He has nothing out on the map to cast Ancestor's Eclipse with, so he'd have to do it on defense. And I think he's just gonna go mythic, dude. He slapped down a ton of villagers onto the market. He's getting a Migdor stronghold now. Mas Barracks is getting wrecked. Behemoth can take it for the moment, but not much longer. Now, immediate Osiris click up. This is the only hope for Insanity at this point. The Arcus count is pretty good though, so the Son of Osiris won't be exactly the best option, but is it a great counter to Behemoths? Hell yeah, they only have 30% hack armor. And guess what damage Son of Osiris does? Funeral Rites is through. But the priests are still not cheap. That will require the Spirit of Mat upgrade. Monument of Soldiers is done. Siege Works is next, and we're out of gold. What's Insanity gonna do now? Gonna have essentially no units. We'll need a trade. And what about the gold? Like, he can't go out there. Tigerboss is all over it, man. Third TC getting taken by Tigerboss. Steals the Scorpion, man. Oh my goodness. The distraction raid is not gonna happen. Tigerboss is up through Atlas well before Insanity can reach Osiris, which is a huge issue here. Granted, you won't be able to cast this in an Isis base, but if the villagers get caught and implode, they're all dead. Let me tell you. Insanity will need to protect that. Tigerboss waits this out. He's like, oh, that's a juicy opportunity. We're gonna wait this out. Get the army together. Osiris will be the only person surviving it. And then what? You're up against heavy Arcus. You're probably gonna fight against Quintarius. Scorpion man just killed the Sphinx as well. Oh my god. Ancestor's Eclipse. Okay. That's good. That's good. This is gonna make it so that Tigerboss has to run away, which he can't actually do very well. These behemoths are slow as hell. Splitting up the army, he's got a good amount of heroes to deal with minions. Is there any wall that he can use to get through there? There was one, but he's gonna avoid it. Gonna just allow these villagers to gather resources, and Tigerboss, I think all he wants to do is just loop around this forest and do his best to escape, really. He's taking the fight for a second, but still turning around. And yeah, he's got enough units and all that. He's taking the 4th TC, which will be done by the time this God Power combo expires. And essentially has lost 0 units on the move because Age of Mythology's pathing just kind of works out like that. If you're running away, your opponent is gonna get basically nothing, so you should run away when things are looking dire. He's actually winning the fight because the Argus is a Giga Chad. It has good armor, doesn't have any health. It is significantly better on the extended edition. Why build a wall then? I think he actually wanted that chase to happen because it wasted a lot of time for all those units. I don't know where the behemoths went suddenly. I can't see them anymore. Why are they going back home, dude? What are they doing? This is still a good location for an implode, but you want to wait for the army to come out there. This group is now very distracting from Tigerboss's own goal, in my opinion. But then again, there's a catapult wall push. If there's another wall coming up here... Oh, instead he's just gonna resign because there's a bunch of Arcus in his gold. I don't like that, but at the same time, it was looking extremely dire. He was gonna have to deal with implode if he goes out there. He's down 2 town centers, so I totally get it. But did he still have a small chance? Maybe? Maybe if Tigerboss froze in some form, maybe if he can get a wall up with the catapults. There's always implode, right? But anyway, this is gonna cost him game 2 and puts Tigerboss on match point. Tigerboss just needs one more win, and he's got it. He's got the round of 8 with that. Game 3, Tigerboss is gonna be rolling with Hades in this one. Definitely a good pick for any water map. Surprised a little bit that it's not Poseidon or Zeus, because they have Dionysus, but Hades will work just fine. You still got your fast Earthquake. On the other side, this is Insanity. Playing as Ra. I don't like that nearly as much. Isis and Set would have been better. He's an Egyptian main. Well, he's a Chinese main on the extended edition. Well, we are on Weebly. There's no Chinese. Egyptian is his next best, so some good practice for him for Retold. As I hear rumors that Chinese might not be initially in. Imagine that. They want to do them, but maybe not initially. So if you're a China main, better get training with the others. You'll need it. Granted, these are just rumors, so take them as you will. Yeah, Ra on the water map is a little questionable. Some will go better than others. Certainly this map can work out pretty good. If your macro is on point, everything can be great, but your gold mine needs to be secure, which it is in this point. It's a good place for the gold mine to be. I like that. This could be okay. Still, it's gonna be hard to deal with like Hippicon and Toxotes pressure. Going to the second gold mine ditto. But if you really get rolling and you start pushing up with Migdals and heavy camos and chariots, well, the Greek player might be in a little bit of trouble. Not to mention the mythic H jumps. Then again, Greek has that kind of secret sauce too, where they just go up Artemis, destroy your town centers, and roll you over with chimeras. that can totally happen. And Tigerboss is no stranger to that strategy. He's been historically doing very well with Greek on water maps. And it would have been Insanity that picked this map, which is the weird part. But maybe he has got some secret sauce strats. Maybe he'll do some crazy all-in that we never suspected would happen. Maybe he does like a villager shift with Skin of the Rhino. And Tigerboss is like, yeah, I'm gonna delay my advance and just have a lot of fishing ships, and then, well, his TC is gone, man. That is... If you're on match point, you might as well bring out the crazy. and do something like that. I don't know. I wouldn't advise it, but what can you lose at this point? You need a reverse sweep against Tigerboss. That is a tall order for anybody in the game. Tigerboss is a little bit susceptible to mind games and getting tilted. So maybe that is actually the best hope for Insanity right now. I don't think it will happen. We're about to find out fairly soon. Tigerboss gonna go for a completely normal age up time, but 5 minutes 10? No, a little bit later actually. 5 minutes 20. That's very late. Okay, it's normal for Midgard, however. I'm gonna say though that with Insanity also getting this many dogs, he's not in a rush to attack with a shifting sands or anything like that. So we don't need to worry about that. Both players will be advancing roughly at the same time. And another big play that is open for discussion, I think, is a Scarebrush with our Ra. Although that would be much stronger if the monument had been earlier. So that's probably out of the question. Is it just completely standard? Bust into half 4? Are we gonna see multiple kittens? I don't know, man. I like kittens, but is it particularly good here? I would say not. Tigerboss can very easily wall up. His buildings are strong as hell. You're not busting through that. Catching villagers, probably not happening. There's plenty of food to go around though. Man, I was casting for 10 hours. I need to mute myself for a sec. Okay, I'm back. I can make it. Oh, the bear going after the villager. That is not looking good. Tigerboss going through Athena, of course. Makes a lot of sense here. Are we gonna see any ships? Or are we just going... Yeah, a little bit. Only on the edges. That's the ones that are closer to Insanity's side. Man made a lot of docks, so he's certainly very secure when it comes to the fishing operations. Man, it's gonna be just a fast heroic with 2 Monus. The Monus mostly must be there for Migdol, man. There's not much more they have time for right this second. Especially with how much time this will take. I guess he could squeeze out the second Scarab if that's the way he went about it. 12 villagers. At least the advance time is looking right. Just about. But he's spending a lot of resources on cabinets. Gonna be very heavy water fighting, considering what the advance could have been. So much food coming in and just not that much gold right this second, because it's all getting spent into cabinets. At least they'll catch the triremes, which is a really nice move there. Chiron is here being annoying, but the kitchen knives are OP. Deal with that, Chiron. What you gonna do now? Go and kick some rocks that then kill you? Well, you've done that already. We've seen it. Too soon? Anyway. cabinets can kind of match here with the help of the dock. But good pullback macro from Tigerboss will take him out. Overall, nothing more than a bunch of skirmishes. I think Insanity might have overspent a little bit on ships. He's still auto-queuing, but he's finally clicking up to Heroic through Sekhmet. It is in fact going to be some Scarab plays. Well, very curious about it. He's gonna have favor for maybe up to 3 Scarabs. It'd be very nice to see that, and with an Eclipse, might be able to run down Tigerboss's main. But if Tigerboss prepares, if he starts placing some buildings around this, let's say he walls off, he has a barracks on top, and he has 2 or 3 heroes out, depending on how things go. He's ready to go heroic. Man has 2,000 food in the bank. Oh my god. Must be a little tired after all these games. Armory's coming up, and he should really try to go heroic now. Maybe even put all the mills on this. Oh my god. But as soon as Sekhmet's in, you should immediately react to that when you're on 1 TC. It's too spooky to face Scarabs and Eclipse together. So you don't want to be risking that. Yep, there's Sekhmet. I want to see a full wall now. It won't do much against the Scarabs, to be clear. But every little bit of help would be meaningful. Aphrodite's coming through. Where is Tigerboss going? Don't tell me he's gonna make a TC. Oh my god, he's gonna make another TC. Well, if he can get out the 3rd hero, it's all good, right? 2 Scarabs. Santi making the 3rd one, and there should be enough favor for a 4th one, maybe. During Eclipse, that will be made. He never made a 3rd monument, unfortunately. That's what would have tipped everything over. We can't spawn the 3rd Scarab because there's too many ships! They're also idle! Thousands of resources going into this. Insanity, please. Get out there, do stuff. I'm sure the man is very tilted right now, having a 2-0 in a tournament where you can get completely eliminated against a top player. That is a tough situation to be in, so... I joke, but... I wouldn't want to be in this position. Meanwhile, Tigerboss is like, yeah, I'm gonna go free. Oh, wait, that's denied, that's denied. This is denied. Okay, a little bit of momentum for Insanity. This could go well. Is the 3rd Scarab here? I think so, yep. 4th Scarab? No 4th Scarab. He has the favor, not the food right this second, but that's easily fixed, as he already has Satan 4 ready to go. And there's the Eclipse. However, Tigerboss is kind of ready. He's got a block of buildings, and he can just keep making additional unfinished buildings in the path, which won't actually take the bonus damage from the Scarabs. In fact, the Scarab's already so weak that I'm not even sure he needs to care about that. The additional siege tower is nice to have, but this is usually supposed to be backed up by all sorts of Migdol units. It's only 3 Scarabs anyway, so maybe Tigerboss will lose the main. I think he should try and repair this. The cows get killed by the blood. This will definitely hurt the villagers as well. But they're repairing. There's 1 more Scarab left. Achilles is on the case. Chiron is on the case. Where is Ajax? He was EFK. And the 2 other heroes are enough by themselves to take care of this. Achilles just as good as Ajax after all. A little bit more mobile, and Insanity is just going to tap out. This was a complete failure of a push, sadly for him. Tigerboss, very happy though, going into the round of 8 right now. And that is gonna do it for this series as well. Better luck next time to Insanity, but round of 16 in such a big tournament where all the pros are in is no small feat. So carry on, keep learning, and maybe eventually he'll be one of the pros that the people fear. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.